angajat.
Să mâncăm ceva acum. Să mâncăm și ceva.
Crezi că nu pregătești ceva? Nu, dar ai văzut că și cel mai tăiat tot așa?
Da.
Mizeria aia de la...
Ce are 2 ani?
So we have two anchors on USS Porter. We have our centerline anchor and our port anchor. The port anchor is 4,000 pounds and has 8 shots of chain, and the centerline anchor has 12 shots and is Navy standard stockless. Each shot of chain is 90 feet. We only use the centerline anchor. The port anchor is a lot of work to use, so it's painted gold because we have a retention award. We had a high amount of sailors re-enlist on the ship, so we are able to paint it gold and also have a gold flag with a black anchor on it.
Hey, so right behind me, you guys will see our it's our 5-inch deck gun. It is our Mark 54, Mark 45 light gun mount. It is a 126 millimeter, and it shoots 16 to 20 rounds a minute. We have different types of rounds we can shoot based on the target we're engaging. We have high explosive rounds. We also have kinetic energy rounds, as well as just basic rounds we use for target practice. We can reach targets in excess of 8 miles with this gun. We can also use them if necessary against air contacts. So right behind us, right behind that, a little bit up, you'll see it's the weapon with the 6 barrels. That is our Sea-Wiz. It's very similar to Sea-Ram, however the gun system is different. You'll notice the top of it, the actual radar system itself is identical. It's the same exact radar, it's just a different weapon underneath it. So like Sea-Ram gives the capability of extending out several miles, Sea-Wiz only has the range of about a mile or two, depending on the kind of engagement type of engagement we're having. We can use it against surface as well as air, and we have a capability that weapon can fire up to 4,500 rounds a minute. It is very, very fast and it is very, very loud.
What kind of targets can you take down with these guns?
We could take down surface targets, air targets.
Like what, like ships or?
It's more along the lines of like small craft. We can use it for small craft. Just not very big boats. Yeah. So and then also you guys can see down here right behind the 5-inch gun. You can also see our half cell of VLS. Gives another capability of 29 missiles up here. So again, bring our total missile capability of carrying 90 missiles on board.
Which one is the strongest gun you have on board?
So we actually, our strongest weapon system is probably going to be our missiles, VLS. It's part of the Aegis weapon system, and that is definitely probably one of the.
Is it because of the range or what's the?
It's just because of the capability and the flexibility. So it allows us to have several different types of engagements. It allows us to have several different. We can change out the missiles and the pods basically on what kind of engagement we're going to have. So we can change stuff out. It's very flexible, and it's a really great weapon system.
So we are currently in Constanta participating in Operation Atlantic Resolve, which is security cooperation. So we were in Bulgaria right before we were in Constanta, as I'm sure you know, and now we're here just enforcing the relations that we have with the countries in the Black Sea. The ship has a crew of about 300. We have about 35 officers and 260 enlisted personnel. They're separated into 5 departments, and we all work together to succeed in these missions.
I understand there was an incident recently. You've been in an incident. Not recently.
Almost right with the tanker ship.
I do not believe we were.
2012.
USS Porter. I have not been in an incident since we have been on the ship. I've been here for a year.
Can you tell us something about you? You are very young.
Sure. I'm 23 years old. I just turned 23. I went to the United States Naval Academy right after graduating from high school. And
Why?
Because I wanted to be in the Navy. My dad was in the Navy and I wanted to follow in his footsteps. He was a helicopter pilot. I chose a different path. I wanted to be on a ship. And the Navy is very near and dear to the hearts of my family. My brothers are also in the Navy. And I'm from Connecticut. I was born in California, so I've moved around a lot. I lived in Italy when I was younger, and I wanted to travel the world as well.
So what do you actually do on board?
I'm the first lieutenant, so I'm the deck division officer. I take care of pretty much everything topside, so the anchor is my evolution. I also own the small boats and refueling and flight operations, so I'm out there when we land helicopters. And we also are in charge of making sure the ship looks good.
This is where we actually drive the ship from. So underway, typical, we'll have about 6 to 7 watchstanders up here doing various different tasks. One of the coolest things I think that a lot of people really like to see up here is it's called the SEC, which is the ship's control console. This is where we drive the ship. We also control the speed of the ship. The ship has the ability to do in excess of 30 knots, which is pretty quick for a ship this size. We have 4 turbine engines on board that provide us 100,000 shaft horsepower. We have 2 rudders, 2 shafts, and the ship is very maneuverable. We could do really tight turns. We can also slow down very quickly. So typically underway, we'll have one watchstander here that takes care of everything that you see right in front of us. A couple of things you'll see around here. You'll also see the captain's chair over there and the XO's chair. That's typically where they sit if they're on the bridge. You'll see a couple of our radar systems. So over there we have our 73. It's our SPS 73. That is our it's our standalone radar position. So that is a surface search and navigational radar. And then over there is our repeater for our SPS 67, which is another one of our surface radars.
Well, if there's any good, sorry, the 17 to 22 OD, but I think since he's in charge of the reception, they have that.
Sure. So I think Romania has a very rich history, tied very closely, I think, to Rome and the ancient Roman Empire. So it's always a unique opportunity for us to see the differences maybe between the Mediterranean and Italy and the structures there, and then the architecture here in Romania. Many of my sailors find it very interesting, especially I think it's a casino or a closed casino now that welcomes us as we come in. And then as we explore the rest of the country, we're able to see that. So it's been very good. My crew's enjoying it very much. There's a lot of diversity in Romania. I think you can get just about anything that you'd like here as far as food and hobbies and shopping and the different activities out in town, going to the beach. I think several have been to the beach this week. That seems to be popular here in the summer. So it's been a very enjoyable stay. And how about myself? So I've had a little bit of an opportunity to go out. I dined at a very nice restaurant last night. It was beautiful architecture on the inside and even better food. I had the local delicacy, which was I think it means littles, the little sausages. So I tried those last night on the recommendation of one of my Romanian counterparts, and it was very good. So thank you for that. Yeah. Okay, so it's just in support of Operation Atlantic Resolve, which is the continued demonstration of security in the region. And we're just going to do a few small events with the Romanian Navy to take part in that and to enhance our interoperability. And all that means is that we work together in times of peace so that in times of instability, we're able to function together because those bonds of trust are already there. About me? I'm not really... Nope. So I have been in command of Porter for about 5 months. I was previously the executive officer here. Before that, I worked at the Missile Defense Agency in Dahlgren, Virginia, the Aegis Ballistic Missile Defense Directorate of that. Before that, I commanded a minesweeper in Japan, and I've been on basically destroyers my whole life, except for the one side trip into the minesweeper world. But it was great. I've had a great time. I've done most of my tours out of Japan. Yokosuka and Sasebo, Japan. So I'm used to a very high operational tempo, and I think that's a very good thing to have out here because we're home ported in Rota, Spain as part of the 6th Fleet forward deployed naval forces. And so when we get finished with our patrol, we will go back to Rota, which is where our families live. So. Do I have time for family? I sure do. I have lots of time. I have some time for family. So my family is back in the United States, and my support network is very good. My parents and my sister and my brother-in-law are very supportive of my exploits out here, and they send me care packages and letters and emails all the time, and it's really good.